Now a third example. In this one, we'll solve for m. The equation is f equals p over 1 over m subtract 1 over k. Notice that the right-hand side of this equation is indeed an algebraic fraction, a rational expression, but it has 3 layers. This is a complex fraction. You recall from working with complex fractions that we can simplify the complex fraction form by multiplying both numerator and denominator of the fraction by the common denominator for each part. This would be mk. So let's simplify the right-hand side. Our first step in this complex fraction problem is to simplify the right-hand side. We'll multiply both numerator and denominator by mk. The left-hand side, you notice, is not being altered because we're simplifying only the right-hand side. So on the left-hand side, the f remains unchanged. The right-hand side, we're simply multiplying each part of the fraction by mk. The numerator gives us pmk. The denominator gives us 1 over m times mk and 1 over k times mk. Now 1 over m times mk will give us k. 1 over k times mk will give us m. So our equation becomes f is equal to pmk over, remember this multiplied to give us k, and the second one multiplied to give us m. The equation looks much better now. That is, we have a single fraction, that is a 2-layered fraction instead of a 3-layered fraction on the right-hand side. Now we're ready to treat this as we did the preceding examples. Clear fractions. In this case there's only one fraction, so I've written now clear fraction. And to clear the fraction, we need to determine the least common denominator, which is, since there's only one fraction, k minus m. Multiplying by k minus m on both sides. You notice that nothing cancels on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side, k minus m cancels. And that leaves us pmk on the right-hand side. We distribute on the left-hand side to get kf subtract mf equals pmk. Now in all of this we may have lost track of what we are to find. So let's go back to the very beginning and notice that we are to solve for m. In the equation that now stands before us, we have m on the left-hand side and m on the right-hand side. Notice that the m occurs in more than one term. This requires us to collect all the m terms on one side. This is a crucial step. We cannot skip this part. We cannot shorten it. We must get all the m terms on one side. Since the m term occurs on the right already, and I have 2 different kinds of terms on the left, I'm going to collect the m terms on the right-hand side by adding mf. And that gives me kf equals pmk add mf. The m terms are both on the right-hand side now. We're nearly done. If we factor out m, we can see what needs to be done to finish it up. Factor out m on the right-hand side, and that leaves kf equals m times pk plus f. Now you notice that the m appears only once in the equation, and the m is multiplied by the expression in parentheses. To get rid of something that's multiplied, we divide. So let's divide both sides by pk plus f, and that will give us our final result. So we get the formula kf over pk plus f equals m. As we went through this step, you may not have written down this sequence of steps that I've numbered 1 through 4. Let's go back and take a quick look at those. Since we have a complex fraction, we need to simplify the right-hand side. So our first step was that, simplify the right-hand side. After the right-hand side was simplified, then we cleared the fractions. In this case, there was only one. When we cleared the fraction, the m appeared more than once, and so we had to collect all of the m terms on one side. Then factor out m. This is a step that a lot of people overlook, so pay close attention to this one. Factor out the m. Then we can divide by the extra factor to complete the job. Now let me give you some exercises. Copy these on your paper, work them out after you've stopped the tape, and then restart the tape to check your answers. First exercise, solve for w. The equation is 2 over w plus 1 add 1 over w minus 1 equals 1. Second, solve for c. v over c equals b subtract r over a. After you have them copied, stop the tape, work the exercises, and then restart the tape to check your answers. The answers are w equals 0 or w equals 3, and c is equal to av over ab minus r. If you missed either of these or have questions, be sure to ask your professor, a lab instructor, or a tutor for help. This is the end of Math Tape 134.